Tonight, an NBC 15 exclusive investigation into the alleged rape of a special needs woman. She's seen here in surveillance video in the moments leading up to the assault. She's cold and alone in her animal print pajamas, wandering around alone for nearly an hour.
Her assigned caretaker nowhere in sight. Courtney, 25 years old at the time, with the mental capacity of a toddler, eventually steps outside. Police say only to be raped and sodomized minutes later near Bienville Square. Well,
tonight, NBC 15's Andrea Ramey continues her investigation into the system that failed to protect her.
And she shines a light on the tax dollars spent for what was supposed to be Courtney's around-the-clock care.
It was the worst day of my life.
Mardi Gras 2017. Courtney, along with other residents of her group home, are staying in downtown Mobile, supposedly to enjoy all the festivities, when the trip takes a horrendous turn. Surveillance video shows Courtney wander outside alone. Minutes later, police say she was sexually assaulted. Her father says she's never been the same.
She's been almost nonverbal since the assault. She suffers from really bad bouts of PTSD.
Records show taxpayers were paying someone to watch Courtney 24 hours a day, even as she was being attacked. Not only did you pay the caretakers, Courtney's attorneys claim you also paid for the caretakers' friends and family to tag along on the trip.
You, me, everybody in this room are paying for these people to go to Mardi Gras, have a good time, and ignore people who have no ability to take care of themselves.
Records show tax-funded Medicaid hired a faith-based nonprofit group, Volunteers of America, to provide Courtney's care. VOA then hired Shatisha Chastain to actually watch Courtney around the clock. Records also show VOA paid Chastain $293 a day, nearly $107,000 a year. And that's just for Courtney's care. Records show Chastain was paid even more for other residents living in the group home. In a civil lawsuit filed against Chastain, Courtney's parents accused the group home of fraud and misuse of Medicaid funds.
What we know is that they were paid to care 24 hours a day for these people, and they weren't.
We've reached out to Shatisha Chastain several times for comment, but our phone calls were not returned.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
And the Mardi Gras trip is not the only one you've paid for. Records show you also foot the bill for a stay at this luxurious condo in Orange Beach, Turquoise Place, which boasts beautiful Gulf views and hot tubs on every balcony. Receipts show your tax dollars covered Courtney's share, $1,000 for the swanky digs during the 3-night trip in 2016, and paid for the caretakers to watch the residents. A red flag for Courtney's attorneys. When asked how much beach time Courtney got to enjoy that trip, Chastain testified in a deposition, quote, "Mostly they did the inside pool. As far as sitting out on the sand, intermittent trips may have added up to a couple of hours. Maybe."
They say the purpose of the trip was to get these people out into the community. What it looks like happened is that they were all huddled in a room while the group home owners, family, and friends enjoyed a beach vacation.
There's also questionable scheduling. Take a look at this schedule submitted by Chastain in the civil suit. It shows Courtney's caretaker, Allison Anderson, was scheduled to stay awake for 23 straight hours, be off for less than 4 hours, then work another 15-hour shift. That's 38 hours scheduled to be worked in 2 days on the 2017 Mardi Gras trip. That's the same trip where police say Courtney was sexually assaulted.
Hey, Allison, this is Andrea Ramey calling from NBC 15 News.
Allison hung up on us when we tried to ask her about the Mardi Gras trip. An outing her dad says Courtney has dearly paid for.
It was for a party at my daughter's expense.
Volunteers of America is also a named party in the civil suit. The lawsuit alleges Courtney's care was VOA's responsibility, that it was paid substantially for services and was supposed to provide oversight of these group homes, but failed. It's unclear how much VOA was paid. Its president and CEO wouldn't tell me, but did say VOA did not keep a portion of the Medicaid dollars for supervision costs and was paid for other services like nursing care. That it was the group home run by Chastang that was responsible for Courtney's safety and supervision during the 2017 Mobile Mardi Gras outing. Andrea Ramey, NBC 15 News.
Now, we want to note it is NBC 15's policy not to identify rape victims.
Yeah, but in this case, her parents wanted people to hear her story.